100 meters with the 1984 Olympic champion Carl Lewis and the 1992 gold medalist Michael Marsh, teammates of the Santa Monica Track Club, rivals at the national championships. And the spotlight is now on the athletes of this generation. The world record, Pietro Manet in the 200 meters, set back in 1979. The American record, Michael Marsh, 1992. The spotlight is also on the Santa Monica Track Club. 5 of the fastest 200 meters are teammates, and they are entered here, led by Carl Lewis.
He's the man, King Carl. He only got third in the 100 meters, but I'm going to go out on a limb now and say he's going to win the 100 meters at the World Championships in Stuttgart. I'm not so sure he's going to win this event, though. He says he's really still getting back into shape for the 200 meters.
Michael Marsh certainly looks to be in shape.
Well, he's the Olympic champion from Barcelona, and I have to think he's our favorite here. He looked very controlled, very confident, very smooth in the semifinal race.
And in a similar outfit, Leroy Burrell.
Well, teammates, they train together every day. Leroy Burrell has something to prove. He did not make the team in the 100 meters. People don't think of him as a 200-meter runner, but when he burns with purpose, he can burn this turn, and I think he could be dangerous here.
So Lewis is in 3, Marsh in 5, Burrell in 6. We mentioned 5 from the Santa Monica Track Club. We almost had 6, but Joe DeLoach pulled up in the 200 qualifying.
DeLoach, the 1988 Olympic champion, there on the right, coming back from injury, and he looked great in the first round, but he felt some tightness in his groin as he came around the turn, and I think made the smart move, dropped out of the semifinal. Imagine that, we would have had 3 Olympic champions from the same event in the same race.
Well, we do have 2. Carl Lewis from 84, Michael Marsh from 92. And they dominate our list of top performances of all time.
Carl Lewis well represented there. Mike Marsh ran that time of 19.73 in the semifinals in Barcelona. He eased up at the finish line, would have been the world record holder if he'd run through the tape. He said, my goal was to win the gold medal. That's what he did. There you see Mike Marsh.
It was 10 years ago today that Carl Lewis ran his 19.75. He may have had the world record if he wouldn't have celebrated a bit early.
Well, that's both of them could say that. That's right. Marsh in lane 5. He's ran the fastest time in the world this year in the semifinal, 20.04.
But Carl Lewis told us last week that they are going to get this world record held by Pietro Manet sometime this year.
It's a little cool for that today. And these turns are tight.
Set.
A great start from Michael Marsh in 5. Here comes Lewis in 3.
Lewis looks good in 3. If he can make a good transition to the straightaway, he could be right with Marsh.
He certainly did, but Marsh continues to hold Carl Lewis. Will Carl Lewis catch Michael Marsh? No, he will not. It's Michael Marsh, Carl Lewis, and over on the outside, Jason Hendrix and Leroy Burrell were fighting for 3rd.
Very close. It looks like Hendrix may have outleaned Burrell. This is what coaches Mike Takaha and Tom Tellez work on every day with the Santa Monica Track Club guys. Relax and let the speed come out. They got to the straightaway, the wind at their back at this point, a wind of 2.5 over the allowable. Carl Lewis was a little awkward in making the transition from the first 100 to the second 100. Lane 3, it's tough for him with his long legs. There you see Leroy Burrell on the left in the middle of the screen. Mike Marsh, he's so relaxed. That's what's so important in sprinting. When you can be relaxed, the muscles just work so much better. You want to accelerate smoothly, you want to be efficient, but relaxation is so important. You can see the long strides of Carl Lewis. He's looking straight ahead, but he knows that Marsh is ahead of him. Marsh, the Olympic champion, wins the national championships.
And they are together with Carol.
You guys, I think that, oh, we lost Mike here for a minute. I think everybody talks about in 1983 when you slowed up at the tape and missed the world record of Petro Manea, and you slowed up in 92. When are you guys going to break that record, Carl?
Well, I think we're training well today. We're pretty excited about the way we ran. We wanted to make the team. Now the main objective is to go to the World Championships and try to take it down lower.
Mike, were you surprised at the weather today all week? It's been nice and sunny. It had a little overcast.
Yeah, I was a little surprised, but I knew it was coming because I listened to the weather reports. But, you know, it affected our times a little bit today, but the main thing is we're on the team. We'll have a chance to go against the best in the world in Stuttgart. Looking forward to that. Hopefully the conditions will be better for a world record.
Well, congratulations, both of you, and good luck in Stuttgart. I want to see Petro Manea's name off the world record.
Well, the meteorologist Eugene right on target, so were Michael Marsh and Carl Lewis, and yes, Jason Hendrix did come in for third.